Did a few base hits against TSM, and today I wanted to show you a few of them and talk about what makes a good base hit versus a bad base hit. Just getting started here, this is all obviously just me driving, and I'm still always getting better at PvP. None of these builds are Alliance secrets, as I said in the disclaimer. So just getting started here, I'm using 4 U1 Skysabers and a few other things. The first thing I'm doing is targeting the Badgers, or attempting to. On screen, you'll see that the Badger does have an aura with a range of 100 that reduces the effects of enemy ships when they're in that range. For that reason, you really want to kill the Badgers first, and depending on the other setups, you need to do that before you can even begin to engage the turrets. I actually fumbled a little bit with these Skysabers. I had all of them in that Badger range circle, something we'll do again in the next attempt. You also see that I'm targeting the Iron Hides next because they do give structure deflection to a few of the other buildings around there. So generally, Badgers and Skysabers you want to try and clear out early. Turns out you need to clear out much more of the base than I did. I'm left here with 3 different radioactive turrets which do an absolute ton of damage, and I have absolutely no chance of getting in. So after one battle, TSM 1, Derpy 0. Trying a second time, we're going to do a few things differently. First of all, one Skysaber is going to be in the Badger aura right there, and the other 4 are going to be just behind, where you can see they're out of the aura and are not going to take the damage debuff. Since they have remote targeting, this works great because it allows them to shoot at the Badger and do their full damage to it. Once that first Badger is dead, which does take a little while, he's got some pretty high evade, although not the highest evade in the world on these things, you can kill that. Next, I decide to focus the Ironhide and take this one down, and that's actually going to work out pretty well here, although he does have a lot of evade or a lot of armor points in general on these things. I wouldn't be surprised if that Ironhide specifically, and maybe others too, if that one specifically was U1. That one goes down, and my Skysabers are starting to die a little bit, and once it's down, the next order of business is those 3 radioactive turrets highlighted in pink here. These actually die really quickly to Skysabers if you have 4 or 5 left and you're not in a Badger aura, and hopefully they're not boosted by any Ironhides, etc. So once these 3 are dead, that should leave the plenty of room for my flagship to run in or the Skysabers to figure it out if they're still alive. Unfortunately, they aren't, so I'm going to go ahead and send my Mutator flagship in. You may be wondering why I'm not having it near my Skysabers to boost it. And it turns out that the Mutator's benefits for the Skysaber CIC are actually pretty bad, and generally it works better to boost it up differently than the other ones. Now, I'm also sending it in separately because it matches the slowest speed of the slowest ship in the fleet, and if there's nothing else there, it actually goes really fast, which is really nice. Unfortunately, though, you'll notice that I'm trying to kill 2 portals covered by an Ironhide or 2, and I'm also in the Badger aura, so I just can't do enough damage to this thing to get the portals down, and I waste a minute or 2 just shooting at those. Once those are dead, we're going to run through the whole base here, try and ignore these ships. It's always hard to decide, should you kill the ships so you can have a better time killing the buildings, or just go for killing the buildings. I try to just do those ones, keep moving around, keep my ship alive here, and I'm shooting at the outpost. Looks like plenty of time so far to get that down, get the warehouse next to that down. But the mistake that I realized was that there is a Great Hall just sitting on the left there, and it's blocked by 2 mountains, and we're just about out of time. So this is going to be TSM 2 and Derpy 0. I got in, but I didn't quite get him flat. Alright, well, third try, last one I can do here before red bubble, and we're just going to have to try and see what happens here. So I sent that one Mutator to the outside. That was great. We're going to do the same thing with one Skysaber, just one at a time, because these corrosive mines here are going to blow up right into the center and trigger a few of those things in remote target. Killing the Badger first, and then the close Ironhide, then the turrets, and the third Badger, or the second Badger, the third ship, if I have enough hit points left. You also want to try and keep the other Badgers or other Skysabers far enough back that they are not dying due to splash damage or anything like that. First Badger is down, that's fantastic, and we're going to shoot at another few things here. Get the Ironhide down, which I have to bring one more ship forward to tank 4, and that should work out okay. Once that's down, we can shoot at the portal. That will take a volley or 2, no big deal here. I'm also going to try and flash the ship builds up on screen as well as show them at the end of the video too. That portal's down, let's get one of these turrets down and watch just how quickly it goes down when I start shooting at it. With even only 3 ships, it takes maybe 1 volley once you're already in range here. Although, these Skysabers are built differently than the first one and take a lot longer. They have a very much shorter range, I should say. But this thing, once your ships are not in the Badger aura, dies within maybe 2 volleys, which is really nice. Unfortunately, my Skysabers are running out of health again, and at this point I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm going to fail in his base 3 times, not be able to try again for another 48 hours or whatever that bubble is. Fortunately, that ship number 4 manages to take down the enemy, well, TSM's turret with its very final volley, and that's great. Now, we're in the same situation as before, where these 2 portals took a really long time, so let's go ahead and rocket the first one just to get that thing down, and we have more room to move around here. Now, instead of targeting the portal, I decide to spend 30 seconds shooting at the Badger to kill that, because remember that aura, and combined with the deflections on his portal, means that this Mutator, the build shown on screen here, is actually going to be able to kill this portal in 2, 3, 4 shots, where it would take like 10 or 20 without killing the Badger first. Look how much damage I'm doing to that portal, and it goes down real easily. Here's the build on my Skysabers. That's actually only the build on 3 of them. One of them has the Agility System 4 instead of the Penetrative Force that helps it do more damage but less range. That was the first one I was using to tank with the normal skin. At this point, we have over a minute left. A few things to go down here: the radio tower, the outpost. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to get in because this Ironhide is doing some damage to me and is also boosting up these structures, making them just a little bit harder to kill. If it was a Badger, I might be more worried, but it should actually work out okay. Outpost is down, there goes the last warehouse, and after 3 battles, we are TSM 2 and Derpy 1. Here is some stats here, some numbers showing how much damage I took and how much damage I dealt. Not quite sure where their explosive damage is from, and at the end of the day, I took 6 medals, but left him 17 twice. There's the build here if that is helpful, and as always, thank you to all the channel members whose names appear on screen now. I hope you all enjoyed this little bit of an interesting, different video. If you did, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. If you're not watching TSM's channel yet, of course, go check that out. Anyway, and until next time, this is going to be Derpy, signing out, helping you be a better pirate.